Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are using this sketch. It is a 2-page sketch with 3 photos. However, I'm going to be doing a 2-page sketch with 4 photos, so I'm going to mix that up a little bit. These are all just random Disney shots. I am wrapping up Lana's Disneyland birthday trip, so I'm just trying to get everything used up. So I'm making my sketches work for me. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, it's only going to be blurry for a moment. Not exactly sure why the camera wasn't pulling it up, but really glad that it's not like this the entire video. Now I'm going to go ahead and use 2 khaki pieces of cardstock as my background. This time I did decide to go with a plain background and not go with something super busy. I'm trying to figure out which direction I want my photos to go, which way I like them the best. Now, I was toying with the idea of cutting down the 2 landscape photos into squares because on the sketch there is a smaller photo, but ultimately I decided to leave them as 2 portrait photos and 2 landscape photos, and I leave them in their 4x6 size. So these are just kind of scenic photos of Disneyland. Not really a big story to tell, although I do have a huge journaling block and I do kind of fill it up. So that works. Now that is a carousel 6x8 paper from that Maggie Holmes collection that is a few years old now. I used just about all of that collection in a Disney album, so I figured how fitting it was to use the 6x8 paper pad in the Disney album as well. Now this big 6x6 or 6x8 heart is from Chamel. I'm pretty sure it's from Box of Crayons. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut off a strip of this paper, and this is from Pebbles Happy Hooray, which is not a very old paper. What year is this? I'm looking at it and it doesn't have, 2019. So not old at all. The other side has balloon, like speech bubble balloons and words on it. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this underneath, and guys, the blurriness will go away soon, I promise. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck that up underneath. I'm kind of referencing the sketch for where my layers are going to go, but I really am just trying to figure out how I can nod to the sketch and also to my own style and how I want my page to look. I am going to trim around this heart so it has this teal area around it, and I'm leaving in that grid paper. And I figure this can go over on the right-hand side as kind of like my journaling spot that is more of a square on that side. So there we go. The focus is back on. Not exactly sure what was going on there. I'm going to trim out this cut apart sheet. I'm pretty sure this is from Horizon, and it says favorite place, and it's kind of a heart world. So I'm going to go ahead and place that down. I do move it over on top of the heart eventually. Now, I had pulled this piece right here, and this is from Go the Scenic Route, and I was going to have this as a layer, and then I thought, oh, I need more layers, so what am I going to do? So I kind of forgot about this piece right here, and it happens. You know, you cut things, you make things happen. You got a mess all over your desk, and you kind of like, what? So this red and white striped paper does not make it onto the finished layout. I do pull it off, and that's just because I did not like what ended up happening. But in the meantime, I'm going to take my 2 4x6 portrait photos. I'm going to mat them on some blue cardstock. This is just, you know, cheapy cardstock that I've picked up at some craft store along the way somewhere. And then I'm sitting here and realizing that my layout is popping up and I don't have enough adhesive down, so I'm just going to adhere that. I feel like this is a continuing theme, you guys. I adhere things and clean things up and all that while we're while we're voiceovering. But, you know, it's a struggle for me to do one thing at one time. Kind of, I'm kind of a squirrel type person. So there we have it. Now I go ahead and mat it down on the left-hand side, and then I take the landscape ones and I'm going to mat it down on the right-hand side. Wow. It's been a long time since I yawned in a voiceover, but you know what? We do these voiceovers real, and they're me and who I am, and we're just going to leave it that way. There have been times where I've fallen asleep talking during a voiceover, if that is a fun fact. Or you might be like, are you kidding me right now? So whichever way, there it is. So I go ahead and layer up that favorite place on top of the grid heart that I went ahead and cut out. And then I also have this beautiful camera paper from Picnic in the Park, which is a couple collections ago from Amy Tangerine, I think. But I've, it's just been in my stash. I won't say that I'm hoarding it, like I wasn't saving it for anything, but it's just a paper that I liked that I purchased that's just been in my stash and I haven't used it yet. So I was flipping through and decided to go ahead and pull it out because rainbows are always a fun time, and especially for Disney pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and place that across my 12 by 24 canvas, and then I'm going to do the same thing down here at the bottom. I'm going to add some color in as well. Just got to figure out where exactly I want it to go because I'm not exactly sure at the moment. Now I am adding adhesive to all of these pieces, wow, can't even speak right now, to all of these pieces, so as they scan the two 12 by 12 pieces of paper, it is just one big layout. I do put my albums in a 3-ring binder system, so there will be a gap there. You can eliminate the gap by sewing your page protectors together, but honestly, I don't have time for that. I am going to pull out a couple punches. I pulled out more punches than I use. Oh my goodness. I'm looking over and I just realized I pulled out my Mickey head punch and I did not even use it once. This is a problem, you guys. Like, I pull out stuff to use on a layout and I forget about it. I probably should clean my room and my desk. That would probably make it a lot easier to kind of keep track of what I've got going on here. So now I've gone ahead and notebook punched the back side of one of those camera strips, and it is a dark blue with white plus signs on it. And I also decide to bring in a little bit of sparkle and shine, a little bit of that shining, shimmering, splendid. And then, yay, I use up one of these glitter tapes and throw the roll in the bin, so that's exciting. But what I don't like about the top part where I have the red and white stripe and that dark blue paper is it looks very patriotic to me. And if I was doing a layout about 4th of July or Alex or any of the military things or anything like that, I would be cool with it. But Lana's birthday is not in, any kind of patriotic moment. It is in September. So I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. So I thought maybe if I put this teal bit up here, again, using one of my border punches, it would kind of break up that Americana feel I have going up here. But ultimately, I don't go for it because I feel like it just accentuates it. It doesn't pull it down any. It kind of like boom, more in your face. So I decided to go ahead and move that down here closer to the bottom. I do have varying shades of blue all over this layout, and that is cool with me. I feel like the stuff coordinates. Not everything has to be a perfect match on your layout. And I know that some people, that's the way that they love to scrapbook, and that's what makes them happy. And if that is what makes you happy, is to have completely coordinating colors, and then by all means go for it. But there's no rule that says all of your colors have to be the exact same shade. There's no rule, okay? There's no rules in scrapbooking. Now, this is where I realized, oh, that's right. I wanted to use this paper because it has lots of fun colors. It's got lots of the colors that I already have in the layout, and we can just kind of put that in there. So off comes that red and white striped paper, and down goes this really colorful kind of patchwork piece of paper. I go ahead and put that blue and white paper back on there, and see, it's a completely different feel. No patriotic feelings whatsoever from this top part of the layout now. Now, this big expanse of heart over here with the journaling lines on it, it's kind of stressing me out because I have scrapbooked a lot of photos from this Disney trip, a lot, and I don't have a whole heck of a lot more to say about it, but I made myself this huge journaling box, so we're going to have to make that happen. Now I'm just going to go through my Vicky Bouton sticker book and pick out things that I think will coordinate. I'm just going to layer up some stickers. So we have some label stickers, I have some banners that I pull off and use, and this sticker book is a thin sticker book. I might have to actually go back and re-glue some of the things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-glue, add some glue to these stickers because, you know, some of them are already popping off. So we're gonna run some ATG on here while we're chatting. It stresses me out that I have to re-glue these things. Like, it's like, really work some glue. I mean, come on. There are plenty of companies that know how to make great glue. Like, get with it, people. So I have kind of these book plate stickers that I'm going to layer up. Now, my original thought was I was going to poke holes through the dots on these book plate stickers and place some really small brads through them. But I was lazy and didn't want to go dig through and find my teeny tiny little brads. Not that I really had to dig through. I had to like get up and take 2 steps, but you know, lazy. So we didn't do that. But I did go through and pick out a bunch of stickers. Now I did pull that clipboard kind of sticker thing that says date on it, and I placed it over here on the left side of my page, and that is going to be my base for my title. So just like in the sketch where the title is up on that left-hand side, I'm going to make that happen as well. Now, I really like this sticker. I like the sticker a lot. I've already cut it in half and use a portion of it, but it doesn't find a place on this layout. Neither does this orange arrow, which I kind of am in love with, but you know, it just doesn't happen. Now, what I do find are some great little hearts, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle them all around the page. So there's going to be lots of hearts. And that works for me because, you know, we love Disney. We are Disney people, and it is a super fun time. So I am completely cool with sprinkling hearts around my page. Now, I had pulled out my Mickey head punch because I was going to use that in place of the hearts on the page. But I guess I got distracted with the big journaling heart and then the favorite place cut apart sheet piece. So I just kind of, you know, forgot about it. I pull out this kind of seal banner, seal SEAL, not like a seal, but like, you know, a seal of approval kind of thing. I just overlapped that over there just because I felt like it was a little bit too plain right there. I knew that my title was going to go over there, but I really felt like there needed to be more of that pink color over here, especially because I have so much of the pink color over there on the right-hand side that says favorite place. So I'm looking at this layout. I'm trying to figure out what in the world I'm going to do. I know I need to find some letter stickers. I need to make a title. I need to come up with some sort of journaling to fill in the space. And then everything is very flat. So this is a very flat layout. I didn't pop anything up on foam, and I just got to figure out what else I'm going to do. Like, am I going to add anything that gives it a little bit of oomph? Am I going to add anything that gives it a little bit of texture? So I pull out these marquee alphabet thickers, and these thickers are kind of difficult to use because they're all different colors. But I find that they're really good for Disney layouts. These kind of multicolor thickers that are just kind of like, woo, fun in your face, I find are really good for Disney layouts. I switch out the letter F, which is more of a blue, for another one that has a little bit more of a pink tone to it, because my U and the N have so much pink in them. I am going to go ahead and grab my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and this is a clear, matte drying, pretty quick drying craft glue, as well as just all around great adhesive. Like it just makes things stick. Super awesome. So I go ahead and use that on those chipboard letters, and then I pull out some old American Crafts letters, and I spell out Disney. So my title is Disney Fun, and my title is sideways, and I'm okay with that. It fits on that little clipboard area really well, and that's what I like. I didn't want it to go horizontally across the page because I felt like it would just look weird and it would be awkward. And I've got a lot going on this layout, so as much as I can tone down the awkward, that's what we're going to do. Now, I really wanted to use this geotag with the heart, but every place I place it, no, just wasn't feeling it. This is where I'm struggling to do more. And I'm like, what in the heck am I going to place on this page? Because it needs more. It's a very flat layout, which is cool. I do have layouts in my album that are super flat. And I also have layouts in my album that are super bumpy. So the layout I created for yesterday's video with all the memorabilia, a big, thick, bumpy layout. Lots of foam, lots of lift off the page. So it makes sense that this one kind of balances out. If all of your pages are super flat, you'll definitely be able to fit more layouts into an album. If all of your layouts are super thick and hunky, big, fat, chunky layouts, you're going to have to use more albums. And it's just a personal choice of whether or not you want to have a lot of albums. Me, I don't care. More albums, the better. I love them. My wall of albums makes me ridiculously happy. So the journaling says, there comes a moment in your life where you decide if you are a Disney person. Well, we are Disney people. I love surprising Lana with a Disneyland birthday trip. She was completely surprised, shocked even. That moment was pure joy for me. Happy birthday, Lana. Now, I've talked about how this was a surprise trip in another place in the album and how I woke her up and she was like, what, is something wrong? And I was like, yeah, something's wrong. We're not in Disney. And then we took her to the airport, hopped on a plane, and went. So just a fun time and a fun memory. Now, I do add my hidden Mickey head onto the layout already. I would say I've got about half of my layouts with the little Mickey heads on them, and when I go to finalize the album and put everything away, I will make sure I have a Mickey head on every single layout. So I grabbed those enamel dots, and I'm just sprinkling them around the page. I'm using 3 varying sizes and a group of 3. I like that kind of cluster. It makes me happy. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you check out the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group where we have all the sketches for Follow a Sketch February posted. Remember, this is also part of 100 Sketchy videos where I will be posting a layout a day for 100 days here on YouTube. And thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you again real soon for another video.